Hello everyone. Myself, Dr. Krishna Chaitanya Atmakuri, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology. Today's topic, web page layouts using CSS from the course Web Systems Engineering. At the end of this topic, learners will be able to create responsive, visually appealing, and well-structured web page layouts using CSS techniques like Flexbox, grid, positioning, and media queries. Coming to the definition of web page layouts, we'll discuss in detail. In detail we discuss web page layouts with CSS. Creating well-structured web page layouts is essential for delivering a great user experience. CSS offers powerful techniques to design flexible, scalable, and organized layouts. Key CSS methods like Flexbox, CSS Grid, and positioning allow developers to create intuitive and responsive designs. So by using these layouts, we can design a header, content, footer, that one type of layout, other header and links, sidebar, and content and footer. So based on the requirement of organization, we can design the page layouts by using these methods like using Flexbox, grid, positioning, and media queries. So by using these media queries, we can create the responsive web pages. So we'll discuss one by one of each method, how we design the layouts. Right. So CSS techniques for layout design. One is Flexbox. So one-dimensional layout for rows and columns. Navigation. So mainly we can use for Flexbox designing the navigation bars. Form structures. Next we can use CSS Grid for a two-dimensional layout system for complex designs. So like dashboards, product grid pages, web pages we can create. Next we have position, where to display that content. So precise control over element positioning. So sticky headers, floating buttons. You have to move the along with the text. You have to move the content, or you have to fix it, or you have to scroll it, or you have to specify it. Next, media queries. So by using this, based on the device, we can view the content. So ensures responsive web pages we can create by using media queries, adapting content for different screen sizes. So this is mainly useful for mobile-friendly designs. Next, we dive into detail one by one each method for designing the web pages. So first one is Flexbox layout. So this one is one-dimensional layout. So Flexbox is designed for arranging elements horizontally or vertically in a flexible container. It excels in distributing space efficiently between items and handling alignment. So we can display the content horizontally or vertically based on your requirement. So we have a list of items. We have to display that content in that block either in horizontally or vertically based on the requirement. The Flexbox layout we can use. So in this we have different key properties are there. One is display flex, enables Flexbox. Next we have flex direction, in which direction we have to use, row or column. Justify content, so aligns item horizontally. Align items vertically, so how to align them, content. So that is by using these properties, we can design the Flexbox layout. We'll see simple example, then we can understand how to design the Flexbox properties and how to design that layout. So simply you can give display flex. So create one section and name it as a container, and it can you has display flex. And direction is row layout. This one is row. If you need the column, you can specify the column layout. Justify content, space between, equal spacing between items. So each item you can give the space equal. So if you specify justify content. Next we have alignment items, vertically centers content. So that will right, everything is displayed in center of your web page. Next we have each item we can display flex 1 equal with the distribution, padding 20 pixels, background color something, right, color is white, text color is white. So like this we can assign the properties and design the web page using Flexbox. Next we have CSS grid layout. So again we can divide the web page into grids. So CSS grid is powerful for creating both rows and columns simultaneously. It offers precise control over complex web designs. So key properties. So we have to give the one of the CSS property display grid, enables grid layout. Display, next one is display template columns, defines column structure. Grid template rows defines row structure. Grid gap controls spacing between grid items. Grid area assigns specific grid sections. So these are different properties, key properties in CSS grid layout. So to design like this, right, we have the header and here we have the footer. You have to divide into sections, right? Then you have to use grid layout. Many of the websites, they are following the grid layout, right? Again, if you want to divide this content into links or sidebar, yeah, sidebar, and this one is the actual content. Suppose you want to divide into grids, grid-wise, that layout. Then you have to use CSS grid layout. The display is a grid, and grid template is columns that you have to use for designing the grid layout. Simple example. So take the one container, the section, and display the property as given as a grid. In the grid template columns, repeat 3,1 FR. 3 equal columns we are dividing. So fractional unit. FR means fractional unit. Next we have grid template rows. Automatically it will give the height. Gap 10 pixel. Space between items. Each item they give the space is 10 pixels. So it is best for dashboards, portfolios, content heavy websites. Next we have positioning layout. So positioning controls the placement of elements in specific positions. It is useful for fixed headers, models, and or overlays. So we want to fix that content when you are scrolling the content, right? Otherwise, you have to scroll with along with the content that section. So then you have to use position layout. So we have different key properties of the position static. So this one is default. Position relative to itself. Position absolute. Position fixed, stays fixed while scrolling. So whichever section is given, position is fixed. So the content is moves upward, but that section will be fixed state. Okay. Position sticky at a defined position when scrolling. So you'll see simple example how is that positioning layout is used. Right. So simply give different properties for given the section is header in div section by using div element to give the class, right? So create one div section, right? In this we given the class is equal to header, right? So in this, what are you giving the content for this? It will assign this properties. So whatever this section is there, the position is fixed. And top is 0 pixels and width is it occupies 100%. So background color is some hexadecimal value given. Color is text color is white and padding is 10 pixels. Right. So that is positional layout. Next one is before discussing about media queries. First of all, you have to know what is responsive web pages. So nowadays, everyone, we are using organization or any company, they are using responsive web pages. So responsive web design is about creating web pages that look good on all devices. Responsive web design is about using HTML and CSS to automatically resize, hide, shrink, or enlarge a website to make it look good on all devices. So, what are you designing, displaying the content? So, automatically the content is adjusted based on the device. The device can be anything. It may be laptop, desktop, or mobile device. Right? It can be anything, but have to display the content efficiently. So for that, we have to use responsive web pages. Responsive web pages. So to create a responsive web page, add the following meta tag to all your web pages. So in HTML5, we have the one of the meta tag is name is equal to viewport, content is equal to width is equal to device width, and initial scale is equal to 1.0. So it occupies one view width. That means based on the device, it will occupy the full width of your web page. So that is a meta tag you have to use. We'll discuss what are the attributes of the one of the attribute is name, specifies the meta information type. Here is a viewport used to control the layout of on mobile devices. Content defines a viewport properties such as width, height, scale. So you have to specify width is equal to initial width, device width. So based on the device, it occupies the full width, and the scale is 100%. 100%. So that is a attribute. We have one of the attribute in meta tag is name is equal to viewport, and one more is content. In that we have sub attributes, width is equal to divide width, and initial scale is equal to 1.0. So width is will occupy based on your requirement, device width. Otherwise 600 pixels we can use. Height is based automatically to occupies. Otherwise you can set it. And initial scale is we can specify for 100% 1.0 VW, viewport width. Or whether you can specify height also, view height 1 VH, 1 VH. Okay. So automatically zooms your content based on the device. So that we call as responsive web pages. Automatically it adjusts the content based on the device. So for that purpose, you have to add one of the meta tag. So that is name is equal to viewport, content is equal to width is equal to device width, comma initial scale is equal to 1.0. Right, everything you have to write in double quotes. Right. So and one more element is viewport, and everything you have to write in meta element. Okay. So we'll discuss media queries, how to write for responsive web design. Media queries adjust layouts based on screen size, device orientation, or resolution. So based on that screen size, the data will be adjusted, as well as it based on the resolution or based on the orientation, it will adjust the content. So that we call as responsive web page. In this we have key properties. Important is @media. Defines breakpoints for specific screen size. For mobiles, max width is 600 pixels. Tablet, the max width is 992 pixels. Desktop, 993 pixels. So see the example, how to write the media query. @media, max width is 768 pixels. If it is screen is just to 768 pixels in your browser, it will assign flex direction is column. So it is best for mobile first design adaptable layouts. So that is the media queries. So we'll discuss simple example how to use this layouts and write with simple example and design the web page. Open the VS Code and we start with HTML5 version. And this one is already we discussed for a responsive web page. You have to use the name is equal to viewport, content is equal to width is equal to device width, and initial scale is equal to 1.0. For automatically when you open this web page in desktop, it will occupy the full space, full width of that screen. Okay, so that is a meta tag you have to add in the head section. And this is the title we are giving for your web page title, designing layouts. Okay, and move to the body section. Yeah, here we're using div tag. So what is a div? Div is a div tag is a element, right? So div tag is a block level container element, which is store multiple elements and style that by using HTML and CSS, right? So finally, div is a block level container element used to group and style content in HTML. Style content in HTML. So in div element, we can add a minimum group of elements also. For that entire section, can assign the CSS by calling it the name. So to give that name for that section, class is equal to, right? For example, giving a container, that is whatever you writing the elements that we call with container, right? And close it. Yeah. So here we created one container. In that we are giving, right, div class is equal to header. So one container, one more in that subcontainer is header, and using the HTML element h4, for example, we are displaying here. We are designing for layouts examples. Example for layouts. That is the head section, right? Web page layouts, right? That is a section that is we given header, and one more is we are creating the footer div class is equal to, right, footer, and close that section div, right? So header footer. So we designing the layout, right? So copyright to, right? Ampersand copy, right? Krishna IARE, right? 2025. Next, we are adding the for a navigation bar. We are creating one more navigation bar below the header section. So for that, we are creating one more section. Div class is equal to navbar. So here we are adding 4 list of items by using another list. UL tag that we are using anchor tag. href is equal to, so no need of moving to any page. So it's same page you have to be. Then you have to use href and li tag, li tag about us, right? So like this, we'll add 4 more list of items about us, right? 2, 3, 4 about us, right? Departments, right? Next we have, right, departments and right, admissions, right, about contact us. So 4 items we taken, list of items, contact us, right? So just close it, this section, and 2 more is we are designing division sections. Div class is equal to menu, right? Sidebar. Otherwise, we give here sidebar, right? Here we can create the links for sidebars. href is equal to link one, hash link one, right? And this provide here in sidebar, right? Link one, link two, right? Link three links we created. And next, one more section we are giving for content in div tag, right? So content, actual content we are going to display. right? content, content, right? So here we are displaying some content. Welcome to content page. Okay, so we are thinking to display all this content in your web page, right? Just save the file and open the browser. Layout CSS. So if you see this, you'll get normal output like this. So now we have to apply CSS layer, CSS for changing to this attractively. For example, right? Flex layout. Yeah. So I'm thinking to display final output like this. Yeah. So this one is header section, and this one is navigation bar, and this one is sidebar, and this one is content bar, and this one is footer. And we are also adding one more image that we'll discuss by using @media queries, how to create the responsive web page. Okay, so up to here we understand just what are the content we need on the web page. Now we would start adding the CSS, right, for each container and each part, each section. So that you have to write in head section. Start with style tag, right? Style tag, style, style tag. This style element, the root element, we can tell the star. Star means the entire body. So we are giving here for this right box sizing, that is right border box, and we're giving the padding is 2 pixels, 2 pixels space between border, right? So that is for all content we are giving the box sizing, that is border box. Next, we are giving for container dot container. So first of all, creating the grid. So how to create the for container the grid? So we have to give display is equal to grid. In that we have text areas, that is by using grid template areas. We have to specify. So different areas we have header, right? So start with header. So based on your previous view, enter values, right? Header. Calling it is a header, right? Next we have navbar, navbar that we call as navbar. Next we have menu, that is sidebar, and in that we have content. And one more thing we have footer, right? We calling it as a footer. So different right headings are there. Just add that areas. We giving these names for that each section, right? Next we added how many fractional units we need by specifying grid template columns. That is a 1F4 and 3F4, right? So 3F4. So it will partition that into 1F4 or 3F4 fractional units, fractional unit, right? That is a columns we given, and what is the gap between each item? There must be gap 5 pixels, right? And border style is we giving border style. Border style is solid color, and border color is we are giving border color is red, right? So we are specified. So by just we created here grid by using the grid properties, and we start with right header and footer. So header we are giving here name header. So header we are giving the name header. So what is the grid name we given? Grid. That is name is header. Grid area. Grid area. Grid area is header. And what is the color border color you need? Yeah, border color is red, and border is border style. Border style is solid, right? And next we are giving text align. Text align is whatever they have the text align, right? Is sent, right? So different properties we assigned for, right? Your header section. Here dot you given because the class name is a header, as well as same properties we can assign. So we can assign here height also. Okay, height or padding we can specify. Padding is 20 pixels, right? So same properties we can also give for, right, for footer also. Footer, right? Header and footer. Header. Sorry, something is deleted. I think. We'll check it. We'll check it. Yeah, header and footer. So we're giving this same properties for footer. Yeah, and text we're calling it as a grid area as footer. Already we send names, right, for grid area, and close this style tag. Style is miss style style. Okay, say this one, right? So actually thinking output like that. Yeah. So this one is header and this one is footer. Assign, and we can also add the background color for this. Right. Yeah. Background. Background color. Color. Gray. Okay. Same thing you can add for header also if you need by using the property background color. Just save the file. Refresh. Right. Background color. Just save the file. Do refresh. Right. So we can add it. Now we work on this list of items. What do you have? They have to display in navigation bar. Navigation bar. So we created one container. So our final output must be look like this, right? So header and footer is completed. Now we are working on navigation bar. So this is how it is looking here, and this have to display it in sidebar, and content you have to display it at right side, right side. Okay, again go for CSS for what we have navigation bar. So what we given the name navbar, right? Dot navbar. So where that is in navbar in container dot container that we have navbar, right? Navbar. So where it is in div section, in div we have navbar, right? So open that and assign that grid name. Grid area is grid area is navbar. Navbar. Okay. So next open that dot navbar. So whatever we have their content that we have display the background color is, right? Background color given is green, right? So next we have in navbar that what we have UL tag is there in navbar. So in navbar, so we have UL tag. So the content what are displaying. So we have to type is what is the type is we have to keep none. So actually it displaying the disk by default. You have to change that one. Use the none is none, right? Lifestyle is list type is none. Next we have display. So how do you display side by side? Then you have to use flex layout. The display is flex, right? FLEX, flex, right? Next, justify the content. Justify the content center, right? Next, flex direction. Flex direction is row. In row you have to display. And align items. Align items in center. And height is height is 25 pixels, right? So up to here done here, it will change the UL, whatever the items are there, that will display it in horizontally. Horizontal. So that is a UL tag. And next we have in navbar we have UL, and in that we have list of items out there. Right. Further we are applying the properties. List style type is none. Okay, none. Next, the color is giving that some right. You can specify that RGB colors like 4 comma 0 comma 255. Right, you can specify it. Right, some color we assign. Next we have in that anchor tag in dot navbar. Navbar we have in under that UL tag, anchor tag is there. So we have to remove that link underline. Underline we have to remove. None we have decoration. Then it has to specify text decoration is none. Right, and the padding must be for each item padding, right, 10 pixels and 12 pixels. We can specify it. After moving that mouse to the each item, you have to change the background color. Then you have to use navbar, navbar UL a tag. However, right, HOVA. However, right, then you have to change that background color to some gray color. Right. So when you're moving the mouse on that, right, please say this far up to here. Right, and open the browser and do refresh. So it changes here. See, observe here. Removing that. Yeah, very good. So that is the way we can design it. The layout, web page layout, by using web page layout CSS. Next, we have work on these items, menu, and content. Go for container. Container. In that we have div dot menu. So we call it as sidebar. 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 So in that sidebar, we give in the grid area, right? Grid area name, grid hyphen area. We call it as a sidebar. Sidebar. And height is specify. You can specify the height based on the number of inches. Right, 25. Sorry, 250 pixels. We are giving. And we can also specify border for the image, right? Border, vivo, RDA, border, color, red, and border style is, yeah, style is solid. Right, same thing we can specify for content also. Content, right? So here it is a content, right? And this also name is content. So what we discussed in grid area, grid. Just save the file. Now you refresh. See here. So we got the border. So maximum we try to show that one. What we given the example here. Same like looks like this, right? So like this we can use web page layouts based on your requirement, header, footer, right? And whatever you need, you can use it. You want to fix this header, we can fix it by using display or in that right, flex is the flex right. See here, you can display flex, right? Flex direction, you can specify it. You want to fix it, right? You want to fix it, you can use here positioning is equal to position is fixed. Position is fixed. You can specify here. Suppose you want to fix that header. When you're moving the cursor, moving down, the header must be fixed. Then what you have to do that in div section, in header, what do you have to specify? In header, you want to fix it. Yeah, position is fixed. Fixed. Okay. So like that we can specify it. Okay. So the use of position web page layout, right? Next we discuss media query, how to use the media query, right? Add some image to your body section, for example, right? Div section, right? div uh, class is equal to img1, right? Add the image by using image tag, right? img src is equal to, right, IARE1.png. You can specify width. So already we discussed how to use the image tag, right? For 400 pixels, right? Height is equal to 400 pixels we are giving, right? Next, we have the alternative. If it is not available, we have to tell that it is a logo, right? Just close that image tag, right? Save the file, right? Now you go for your web page and refresh it, right? Image, right? IARE1.png. If it is available, whenever save the file, layout CSS, right? Go to the folder. Yeah, you got the image, right? So for this, we are applying the @media query based on that pixels. We have to adjust this image. We have to, based on the device, we have to change that width or height. So for example, in 768 pixels, we have to reduce to 50% of that image. So we have, based on the responsive page, right? So then we have to apply here, right? In CSS, right? In CSS, right? So just write @media, open the parentheses. In that we have to specify max width is max width. Sorry, media max width is 768 pixels. If it is, so we have to change that image to, right. Change that image tag so to 50 pixels. So the width is 50 percentage, right? 50 percentage you have to convert. Simple. So 768 pixels, if it is the width size of your window or your device, then it is displayed in the image is converted to width is 50 percentage. 50%. Save the file and open, refresh it. So now you go for inspect element, and see that how much pixels it is. So 658 pixels. It is reduced. If it is normal, right? Makes, right. So automatically it is adjusting automatically. If it is you need right pixel size, you can understand, right? See here. So based on the device, see, observe here the top here we displaying the pixels, and you're moving that, right? So it convert 50 pixels. It is reduced, right? So based on the requirement, you can adjust the text, image, everything. So by using the device, we can understand the width of your device, and using the media, we can adjust the content, adjust the size of your text, adjust the images or your columns and rows, boxes. We can adjust it. So that is use of @media using HTML, CSS. So at the end of this, we can understand, right? Creating effective web page layouts with CSS ensures your site is visually appealing, accessible, and adaptable across devices. Combining Flexbox, grid, position, and media queries offers powerful solutions for modern web design. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.